Welcome back everybody to another HeroRR video, and today I am on the HP4. Today's video is going to be on another AMA series style video. So without further ado, let's get to the questions. Again, if you guys don't know what this is my second channel. AskHeroRR at gmail.com is my email address, and you can email me any question you want about anything bike or non-bike related, and I'm going to try to respond to everything in these video style formats. So anyway, let's get started. Okay, our first email is from Deb, dying to ask you some questions. Okay, Deb. Hey, my name is Deb. I love both your channels. I literally come home from work. Oh man, am I in the way of this bus? I literally come home from work, sit down and watch your channel whilst eating tea. Okay. I think she meant drinking tea. You're so easy to listen to. Well, thank you, Deb. Appreciate that. Looks like she has a few questions here. Number one, how do you find the Taishi gloves? Okay, those gloves, you can only get them on Sport Bike Track Gear or sportbikegear.com. I'm actually using I bought these racer gloves, and they were about $300, but they had the pinky bridge, so that's what I went with. Not the best gloves for the street. You can't really touch the phone too well with them. This hard plastic part right here, which is really nice for the track. On the street, it could be a little tough. I can't believe this right now. This bus is driving me nuts. We're just gonna get out of here. I'll just read these while I'm riding the bike. You kicked me out, bus. I don't know why the bus is here anyway. Let's get out of here. Okay, so number two, where did you get the awesome mirrors you have on your CBR 600? I got those from TriPageLED.com. They were not cheap, but they are well worth it. Number three, I'm very new to riding. Would like to know your thoughts on boots. Yeah, wear them. If you can, wear boots. I really do enjoy Alpine Star boots. Not a huge fan of their gloves, but I do like their boots. I forget which ones I use. I'll put them in the description. I have track boots and regular everyday boots. I'm actually wearing them right now. Now I will say this, if you're a new rider, you have to adjust all your stuff, your shifter, your brake, all that stuff. Adjust it the right way so it fits your foot with the boot on it, because it's going to be tough to shift if you put boots on and you're using the same shift adjustment as regular tennis shoes. And number four, can I please have a face reveal? Want to see you with the helmet off. I appreciate the interest in that, but the answer is no. No face reveals, and there's a couple reasons why I do that. The biggest reason, the most important reason, is that I'm a private person. My daily life and YouTube are not linked. I do tell people in person about my YouTube. If I meet somebody riding bikes, I'll usually tell them, hey, just so you know, I have this channel, you should check it out. But for the most part, like, I don't want to get, I like getting recognized, by the way. If you see me on the street and you see me on the bike and you're like, oh, it's HeroRR, you know, yeah, of course, say hi, of course. I love it. But I just think for my personal life, my day-to-day things that I like to do, I would just prefer to be anonymous. And the thing about doing a face reveal is it's kind of like once the cat's out of the bag, there's no going back. If I was a full-time YouTuber and this was my job, then I would do a face reveal, but it's not, so I'm not going to. If you really want to see my face, then help me share my videos and get me more subscribers, and do it so I can quit my day job, and then I will show you my face. The second reason why I don't really like to show my face too much is that, in my opinion, and this is just a me thing, I know everybody doesn't feel this way, but I kind of like I know this is gonna sound cringe, but the masked hero type thing. I don't know if you guys watched the Mandalorian, but when the Mando took his helmet off a few times in the first couple of seasons, it just ruined it for me. I hated it. I was so mad. I'm like, why did you take your helmet off, man? I like the masked hero. Same thing with like Halo, the game Halo, if you ever played that with Master Chief. They're like starting to like slowly tease the way he looks. I don't want to know what he looks like. I don't want to know. I want it to be a mystery. I like that. I like the mystery. Let's keep some mystery alive. So we're gonna pull over right here, and we're just gonna look at the next email. Our next email, this is from Niels. Hi HeroRR, what are your thoughts on street legal two-strokes? I know you've ridden the RGV 250. What do you think about it? Would you ever buy one? I have an Aprilia RS 250 myself and love it to bits. Oh yeah, look at that. That's a cool looking bike, man. That is so cool. Nice. What are my opinions on street legal two-strokes? I think they're cool as hell. I love to see them. I love to, every time you see a two-stroke on the street, you're always like, whoa, what is that? You know, you hear it, you smell it. It's the only bike you really like smell. you can smell and know it's a two-stroke. Like, that's so cool. Now, to be fair, the RGV 250 that I rode, that was, oh man, this bike is too fast. That bike was a lot of fun to ride, but I will say this, I was totally out of my element on it. I didn't really feel comfortable. Two-strokes are so different than what I'm used to. And I just prefer four-strokes. It's just my personal preference. I just got to get comfortable with something before I really like it. I think they're so cool. I'd love to see them. I don't have enough experience with them, though, to really say for certain that I would want one. But I would never say never. The cool thing about two-strokes is they're so light. Alex, Trek stuff in a car. Have you done Trek stuff in a car before, or just bikes? If not, K&N is pretty much the safest track to start out on, much safer than Palmer. I have not done any Trek things outside of my bikes, and I would be willing to try it, but I think for now I'm just going to stick with bikes. My Corvette, that was kind of something that I use just as a cruise around car. It's modified and things like that, but it's just for cruising. I don't really want to track it just yet. Maybe one day though. I would never say never. I have a buddy who's really into this stuff and he's been dying for me to go. Our next one, riding in the rain. This is from Casey. Wanted to know if you had some tips, tricks, or stories about riding a motorcycle in the rain. I recently moved to the Pacific Northwest. Ah, dude, that's awesome. I love the Pacific Northwest. I've never actually been there, but man, I just want to visit. That seems like such a cool place to go. And I found that the weather can change quickly around here. I have a VFR 800 and I want to do a lot of touring this summer without having to be worried about random rain showers. I've ridden in the rain before, but always looking for more knowledge. Thanks. Okay, so I don't really have any stories of getting caught in the rain. I mean, of course it's happened. I don't really like the rain though, and I usually don't ride. If there's like any chance of rain, I usually don't ride. But of course, it's life happens, and sometimes you just get unfortunately stranded out in a rainstorm, and you know that's happened to me a couple times. No real stories about it. The thing to do apparently when it starts raining is that you should, when it first starts to rain, you should pull your bike over and just wait 20 to 30 minutes. And I guess the idea behind that is all the oils in the street that have been sitting, that have kind of like dried up a little bit, when it rains, they'll be brought to the surface of the street, and it'll make the street road surface slipperier. So you should wait like 20 minutes for all of it to come to the surface and then wash away. You are going to get an absolute monsoon, a horrible rainstorm. It's going to rain for 5 hours, like absolutely pouring rain. As it rains more and more, there's going to be puddles that start forming, and then the risk of hydroplaning becomes higher. If you're on the highway riding in the rain, that is scary. I probably wouldn't do it. So know what the weather's going to be like. If you get caught and it's really bad, take the back roads if you can, and just go slow. Like you got to go slower. You can go under the speed limit. You do not have to go to the speed limit. Now, if you're touring and you said it yourself, you're going to get stuck in the rain eventually. You can't always avoid it living where you're at. Buy yourself some good rain tires. Get tires, not like rain specific tires, but tires that can handle well in the rain. If you get a super sporty tire, that's not a good idea because it won't perform well in the rain. A good tire that I've used personally is the Metzler Roadtech 01s. Those are fantastic for the VFR. And another little added benefit to the Metzler Roadtech 01s is that they actually not only perform well in the rain, but they perform well in gravel and sand. Oh, goals. Goals, goals, goals. Okay, so this is our last email, and this is from Chef Joe. Let's read what he says. Hi there, thank you for your videos and sharing your life and knowledge. I'm sorry to hear about your relationship's troubles. It's never an easy road to walk. I wish you all the best as you live, learn, and teach the lot of us. Thank you so much, Joe. I really do appreciate that. Ooh, we gotta get moving. We're getting attacked by little freaking flies, dude. Like they're in my helmet. If you're going through anything like that, my condolences. It is tough. I have things that I've learned from going through that. Just know that you're not alone. We all go through stuff. And if anybody is going through anything like that, a breakup or whatever, or anything, you can always feel free to reach out to me. Again, ask HeroRR. I don't have to make a video on it. If you tell me, hey, look, I'm feeling lost, just hoping somebody can talk to me about this, absolutely no problem. I will answer every email I can. I get it, it's hard, and I am willing to listen to anybody that's going through that. But anyway, let's move on. I was trying to read this while moving, but it's too dangerous. Let me just read it now. My question is about the choice of my next bike. I meant to go for a Kawasaki 636, but more than 2 of my friends tell me that Kawasaki might not be the best choice, as Kawasaki is apparently building poor engine blocks that are prone to cracking under performance pressure for the last decade or so. What's your take on this? Any recommendations or advice for a guy looking to upgrade to a bike without issues and more power? My riding style is typically hard for the most part, and I'm not shy about doing long distances. I like my speed and power too. Any shared wisdom would go a long way. Take good care. I've personally not heard anything about that. I've owned a few Kawasaki's in my life. The latest one would have to be the ZX14 that I had picked up. Now that bike was trashed and probably not taken very good care of, and I had no issues with that bike. So it's again really hard for me to tell for certain. I've not heard about performance issues. If you want the 600s, if you know yourself, like you don't tell me what you're riding now, but if you want a 600 class style motorcycle and you are afraid about power, maybe I would definitely look at the 636. I would also look at the 750, the GSXR 750, and that's just going to have a lot of power. If you get a 636 and you just flash tune it and put an exhaust on it, it's going to make more power than any reasonable 600 is going to make. Personally, I would just get the 636. If you're dead set on the 600 class, get the 636, leave it stock, or put an exhaust and a flash on it. And I mean, who knows? I don't know about these engine blocks cracking. Who knows? Like, these people might be doing some crazy stuff to them. Just don't go that far. And if you think you're gonna go that far, you probably shouldn't be doing the 600 class anyway. Maybe you should look at the 750 class. Maybe you should look at the 1000 class even. Again, I don't know what your experience is, but that's just something to consider. I would probably keep it at that. So yeah, anyway, that's pretty much it. That's the end of my emails. Again, guys, if you have a question you want me to answer, send me an email at askhero@gmail.com. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Remember to email over your questions, and I will see you all in the next one. Take care, and bye-bye. Yeah, so shortly after making that video, I got caught in a rainstorm. So here's my story. It's happening right now. You're part of it. Well, guys, if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe and like the video. Please. Please. Just do it out of pity, if anything. Like, oh, this poor guy's dealing with this. Here, we'll just give him a like. This sucks. Oh, she knows. We both know. This sucks.
Sick news, pull your little arrows out. Let me live my life, the one I'd better lead. All the plans of fantasies, and we looked at them 11 ways. You said, look at me, I looked away, and you wrote the song I wanna play. I'll write